Hi, thank you so much, everyone that's tuning in. If you've never joined us before, we're California Psychics. We have so many wonderful psychics that are available for you to get readings with 24/7. I'm Danica. I'm the senior social media coordinator for California Psychics, and today I'm here with Psychic Suki. Suki, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been reading for California Psychics and what getting a reading with you is like?
Sure. I've been reading with California Psychics for roughly a little over 5 years. I don't use any tools. I simply connect with my spirit guides, my angels, all the light beings. For me, I prefer just to have a question because it is your intentions with your questions that will bring forth the answers that you're looking for much quicker and faster too as well. I believe that we're all intuitive on some levels. It's just a matter of, utilizing that muscle through meditations and practicing and in your belief that you already have it. But I'm excited. So hopefully we can get, as many callers, as many clients as possible. Looking forward to helping as much as I can today.
Perfect. And if you have a question for Psychic Suki, go ahead and comment it. We recommend commenting your questions several times. That way, in case we skip over it, because we get a lot of questions. As you're asking those questions, if you can try to make them as specific as possible. So if you're asking about, um, you are looking for a life path, you can ask specifically something about like, what is my purpose in life? And then if you're asking about another person, whether you're asking about a friend or a significant other or a coworker, if you could give us just their first name, you don't have to give us their last name. That will help Psychic Suki connect a little bit faster just so we can get through as many questions as possible. And if you've joined us before, we typically do tarot pulls at the end. We're not going to be doing that today. We're just going to be taking as many questions as we can in this next hour. So get yours in. Before we get started, tag your friends, tell them to get in here, share this to your page, tell them that we're going to be answering questions for the next hour. It's free. You're not going to want to miss it. Psychic Suki is absolutely incredible to get a reading with.
Thank
Um,
you.
and let's go ahead and jump in. This next one is
Mm-hmm.
from Christina over on Facebook. She says, "Hi, it's Christina. I'm single. I'm wondering about my love life. Do you see something with Andre or Anthony or someone else? Thanks so much."
Christina, anything with Andre? Andre? No, not going to last. Um, and the other individual, it's not going to work out either. Let me check here. When will a lover partner more significant for Christina? Honestly, for you, Christina, I feel like it could be anywhere in the range of the next 1 month to 2 months. My guides, my spirit guides just recommend keeping an open heart, open mind, just have that go lucky, kind of free spirited attitude, nonchalant, not attached, not needing anything to happen, just chill and relax and play. And they're telling me anytime in the range of the next month to 2 months. So don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. And he'll show up. Oh,
Next question comes from Angelica over on YouTube asking, "Will Andy and I get back in a relationship?"
Angelica and Auntie. Hold on. My guys are saying possibly reconciliation anywhere in a time frame of 1 to 4 months this year. Andy and Angelica. And so even though I feel like there's a chance of reconciliation with Andy, my guys are kind of cautioning and or asking you to think about what it is that you really deeply want, desire, know that you deserve to have in a relationship because Andy may not be enough. Andy may not be sufficient enough long term for you. So even though I feel like there's a strong chance of reconciliation between 1 to 4 months from now, I don't necessarily feel that your soul feels he is the right one for you forevermore. Cinderella kind of story. With Andy, I feel like he's here to teach a certain experience and then moving forward, moving ahead in different direction, different path. So I hope that helps. And even when Andy does leave the picture again, there will be someone else that's more of a commitment, long term potential marital type of relationship. So you're not going to be alone.
Next question is also from an Angelica over on Facebook asking, "When will I move into the marketing department at my current job?"
When will Angelica move into the marketing department in her current job? In her current, well, I do feel like that will definitely happen. I honestly feel like it could just be in a matter of weeks, whether it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks. My guides are making me feel like in a matter of weeks. I want to say the latest, if there is any hiccups or time delays, about 6 weeks. So we were you. We would just encourage you to celebrate the joy, the fun of how it feels like to be in that marketing department now. But I do feel like it's going to happen, and I feel like you'll like it, and there'll be other future opportunities, changes ahead too as well in the career sector for you. Hmm.
Jess over on YouTube says, "Hi, Jess here. Do you see marriage in the future, or more kiddos, or both for me now?"
So marriage for Jess. My guys are saying yes, marriage for Jess. I feel like that could happen roughly anywhere between a 1 to 2 years time frame, Jess. Ooh, exciting. Only because I feel like the wedding will be fun. One of your dream wedding or one of your wedding that you've been planning out for quite some time now. You might even have your dress picked out. You might even have an idea of how you want to do your hair, the flowers, the location. So they really would encourage you continue to daydream that fantasy wedding now. But I do feel like you will get married. I just feel like it's roughly about a year to 2 years from now.
Next question comes from Lisa over on YouTube asking, "Do you see my financial situation improving soon?"
Lisa. I do get the month of October, some sort of improvements. I feel like Lisa, you have to do either more. My guide's recommending a little more marketing somehow. Not sure exactly what they mean there, but they're making me feel like a little more marketing somehow. Um, you don't believe strongly enough that you will get what you want. You need to believe more that you will get what you want, Lisa. If you can just start practicing, I deserve what I want. I deserve to have everything that I want. I trust the universe to bring me everything that I want. If you could just come to believe that a little more, then you'll see the change that you're looking for in this fall season. You have too much doubts. It's just too much doubts. Just let go of the doubts. Let go of the doubts. Don't think about them. You put too much energy, focus, time, attention throughout the days, weeks, focusing on doubts or worries. And all that does is just bring you more doubts and worries, not what you want. Mm-hmm.
Pamela over on YouTube asks, "I would love to know how I can find you with my soulmate. Can you describe him, and when will my love arrive, and what can I do to find him?"
Pamela. So when will Pamela find her soulmate? You just got to give it up. You got to give up looking. I feel like you've been looking, searching, seeking for a while now, and a part of you almost feel a little hopeless, even though I do feel the other part of you do still believe in love strongly, and you can almost kind of sense it. You can almost, if you were to really just clear your mind, take a deep breath, part of you could sense that your lover, partner, soulmate is out there, because your soulmate is out there. But they're saying to let that soulmate in, which I feel like could happen roughly within a year time frame. You got to stop looking. You got to stop seeking, because whatever you go seeking for, you're only implying that you don't have it now, and therefore you'll continue to manifest not having whatever it is that you may want. But they're saying just stop looking, stop seeking, focus on you, focus on anything that brings you joy, excitement, happiness. And I feel like that lover could come in less than 12 months. And even when I say that, I can feel there's a part of you that feels like, ugh, 12 months is such a long time. I don't like that. But that's the thing. We want you to come to a place of just being at peace, because the moment that you're at peace, the moment that you get everything that your heart desire coming in at a much quicker, faster speed. But the more that you hate or drag timing, you're only creating a massive time delay. So it doesn't serve you to do that either. Just try to find some ways to be at peace, and things will come, things will show up. Not just love, but other goodies, other good things in life too as well. Yeah.
Christine over on Facebook wants to know, will I find buyers for my car and condo?
Could you repeat that? Will Christine find
Will I find buyers for my car and condo?
buyers for her car? Yes. Buyers for the condo? Yes. The condo feels later though. When will she find a buyer for the car? The car could be this month. This month implying like September, like September. They're making me feel like September. Could even be the first 2 weeks of September. Buyer for the condo feels more like closer towards October. But yes.
Our next question is going to come from Marianne over on Facebook. She says, birthday is this weekend. What's in store for me this year?
Marianne, what's in store for Marianne? Well, the good news is my guys are showing me more balloons, which symbolically just represents more celebrations ahead. So I feel like you will have more to celebrate before the end of the year and even next year too as well. And I feel like you'll be receiving good news anywhere between the month of September, I want to say between September and November, some sort of good news is what my guides are giving me too. Um, Friendship feels good. Is for some reason my guys are bringing up the energy of friendship. Friendship feels good for you too. You may make some sort of changes to your goals and or desires and or dreams in the coming months ahead too as well. You may also have a change in plans too over the rest of the year. I'm going to say the next 3 or 4 months ahead. Um, what else here for you? My guides are showing me by the time next year comes around, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 things that you truly want. I don't know what those 3 or 4 things are right now, but they're just saying by the time this time next year comes around, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 things that you truly want, that your heart truly wants and desires. They're showing me 3 or 4 at least things. So I will always say, expect more good things to come your way, and you shall receive more good things coming your way. Just make sure you're not expecting any bad things or negative people, and then they won't show up at all in your life. And even if they do show up, it just kind of, rolls off your shoulder. Really easy. Doesn't even bother you. Just move on with your life. Yeah.
Next one comes from Steph over on YouTube. They say, I felt this strong magnetic connection with my crush Ryan the first time I met him. Does he feel anything towards me? Thank you.
Well, first of all, with Steph, even when you said her name, I just get like so much spirit energy around her. She has like her guides, she has her angels, she's got like other powerful being of lights from other lifetimes that she's had experiences with. They're like they're really protecting her. They're really watching over her. They're really encouraging her to connect more with them, with the spirit world too, whether you do it through meditation, whether you just simply talk to them. They would love it if you can talk to them, because I really feel like your spiritual gifts, abilities are meant to really grow and shine, and that will help you tremendously in all areas of your life. But anyways, what was the question with Steph? How did we go off track? It's just that's the first thing they want me to tell her, is that there's so many powerful beings of light, guides, angels, archangels, other entities, other beings that is watching over Steph. But what was Steph's question one more time?
They said, I felt this strong magnetic connection with my crush Ryan the first time that I met him. Does he feel anything towards me?
So Steph and Ryan. I mean, Ryan thinks she's cool. Ryan likes her. He thinks she's nice. If she's asking more like, can it go anywhere with Ryan? Can there be a romantic relationship with Ryan? Hold on. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like Ryan is someone that you would end up in a real solid kind of relationship with. I mean, I feel like he's a good guy. I feel like he's a nice guy. But when I look out further, like 10 years from now, would you end up being with Ryan? My guides give me a clear no. So Ryan to me just feels more like, I hate to say it, it's sort of like temporary fun. I know that doesn't sound right. It feels more like just to give you a little bit of excitement in your life. That way it doesn't feel too mundane or too boring, or it's like a little bit of excitement. So with Ryan, I just feel like he's fun for now, but I'm not feeling strongly that Ryan is a lifelong partner kind of relationship. Ryan does have a slight interest in you. There's a bit of a slight interest in you. He does feel like a nice connection with you. But in terms of like relationship stability, I'm not getting yes to that with Ryan.
Our next question comes from Andrea over on YouTube. They ask, "Hi, is nursing the right path for me, or should I consider something else?"
Andrea in nursing. Andrea in nursing. I mean, Andrea could totally do nursing and she would be good at it. And in some ways, she would like nursing. But is nursing really, really her soul's purpose? No, it's not. It could lead to other things, it could lead to other opportunities. Would Andrea end up doing nursing as a career? My guides are just making me feel like she may. But even if you did go into nursing, I feel like you would only be in nursing, doing nursing roughly 2 to 4 years, and then it's going to be some sort of career change, and it will be growth. It's not a bad thing. It's a positive thing. It's like growth. It feels like growth, job opportunity, Andre. There's really no wrong decision. We want to just encourage you to do what really feels right for you. Even if you took the path of nursing, I feel like you would do it for maybe 2 years, 4 years max, and then on to something else that would excite you at that time. So I hope that helps a little bit. I know it can be a little bit confusing. It's just that we have so many options. You have to remember we are children of so-called divine creator, source energy, higher power, which is infinite. So therefore, we're created in the same likeliness of that infinite energy and power, meaning that there's so many options. We can choose to create our lives in so many different ways, different paths, different experiences. It's not just one way. It's not just one person. It's not just one job. I mean, it will be almost like an insult to our divine source, who's infinite in its ability to create and manifest whatever it is that we desire, as long as we, believe, as long as we focus on it, as long as we feel the sense of knowing the worth that we deserve to have whatever it is the heart desire without any, doubts around it. Yeah. Didn't mean to go on there.
A ton of new viewers. So I just want to take a moment to welcome everyone that is tuning in, whether this is your first time joining us or you come back every single week because we do this every single week. Thank you so much for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
We're answering your questions up until 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. So get your questions in. You can ask anything except for anything related to health, legal, or pregnancy related questions. We're not going to be answering those today. And then as you're asking those questions, if you could try to phrase your question as specific as possible. And if you are talking about another person, whether you're talking about a friend or a love interest or a coworker, if you could give us their first name, that will just help
Mhm.
us get to your question a little bit quicker so we can get through as many questions as possible. I'm here with Psychic Suki. If you don't get your question answered or you have follow up questions, give her a call. You can give us a call at 1-800 predict, or you can visit us online or download our app in the Google Play or the App Store, and have a psychic reading available at your fingertips. But before you do that, before you get that follow up reading with Psychic Suki, join our Karma Rewards program. It's going to give you points that you can earn free readings, and add Psychic Suki to your Psychic Circle, which is going to give you even more points every time you get a reading with her. And like I said, we do these every single Monday. So come back next Monday and we will be chatting with Psychic Marin. The week after that, the 13th, we will be here with Psychic Keegan. And I know I said we are not going to be doing tarot cards during this live. So put it on your calendar. September 20th, we'll be having our tarot live with Psychic Reagan. And I think those are all of our upcoming events. So we'll jump back into questions. This next one comes from Beth over on Facebook asking, "Does Dave love me?"
I took it yes. Does Dave love Beth? Yes. They're saying yes. So Beth, I just feel that Beth um, sort of grapple with a little bit of insecurity issues for a very long time, even before she met Dave. So we would recommend taking this as a beautiful opportunity to really work on self-love, self-appreciation, because there is a part of Beth that have always felt as if though she's not enough, whether she's not good enough, not enough, not enough. There's this whole not enough, I'm not sure if I'm not enough, questioning myself kind of energy. We would say you are enough. You're totally enough. You're totally good. And we would encourage you to work on practicing that self-love, self-appreciation, because you also tend to beat yourself down too, Beth. When things go wrong, you take it really hard. You take it very personal. You are the first person to kind of like just beat yourself up. And we don't encourage that, because the more you beat yourself up, the more you're telling life to beat you up, bring people that's going to beat you up, bring people that's not going to appreciate you, that's going to use you, abuse you, and then you're left wondering, well, what the hell? What's going on here? All I've been doing is just being nice to others. Why does it seem like I'm the one that gets the bad end of the stick? Well, the reason for that is because there's a part of you that doesn't feel that you are truly enough, and you really, really are.
Next question is going to come from Leah over on YouTube. They want to know, should I marry my fiance Miles?
Should Leah marry Miles? Should Leah marry Miles? So, because I'm hesitating, because my guides are making me feel hesitation, I just feel, because we hate to tell you what to do, that's not what we're here for. My guides would just recommend taking more time to feel out whether or not you truly want to marry Miles or not, because there is a part of you that does have doubts about it, obviously. And anytime you have doubts about anything, we would always encourage you to reflect on the doubt. Where is this doubt coming from? What belief, what worry, what fear am I holding on to that's kind of creating this doubt? Because the doubt is an opportunity for you to heal through it, to work through it. That way you're not being presented later down in life with other certain sticky situations, problem scenarios that you may have to deal at that time. Now, should you marry Miles? I still feel this hesitation from my guides. I don't really get a strong, yes, do it, you're going to be excitedly happy forevermore. Let me ask them more. If you marry Miles, would you be happy? Yeah, you'd be okay. It's almost like settling for less is the energy that my guides get. And of course, we're one to recommend never settle for less, because life is just too precious at the end of the day to settle for less than what you want. Miles, I feel like he's a good guy. I feel like he loves you. I feel like he cares about you. Yeah, sure, you could stay in the marriage and try to make it work, but there's always going to be this gnawing feeling inside of you that it's going to wonder, what if, what if there's someone else, or what if this, or what if that? And that energy will only grow stronger over time, because on some levels you're denying your true self, you're denying your true expression, you're denying your true needs. You're not really good. You're not really good at I don't mean any offense by this, but I just feel like you're not really good at taking care of yourself. You're not really good at pampering yourself. You're not really good at spoiling the hell out of yourself. You're not really good at just giving yourself everything that you want and desire. And my guides would recommend, let's try to get an F in that department. Let's try to get an A in just spoiling the hell out of yourself. Why not? Because you deserve it. So at the end of the day, I just feel that you may choose to marry Miles because of pressure to all around you, and there's a part of you that is a people pleaser. There's a part of you that don't want to cause conflict or have confrontation. You're just like this person that just wants peace. But at the end of the day, you also want to have peace in your soul too. You don't want to sacrifice your peace and your happiness, because you deserve a life of happiness too. So we're going to leave it up in your hands. That will definitely be your decision to marry or not to marry. I'm going to put it this way. If you do marry Miles, if you do end up marrying Miles, don't be surprised if at a later future date and time you choose a divorce, because that is definitely a possibility in that timeline, in your timeline.
Our next question is going to come from Monique over on YouTube. They say, hi, Suki. I'm currently at a crossroads with 2 job offers right now. What should I do?
Monique, 2 jobs offer. Okay, so Monique, if you can, think of the first. I'm gonna label as 1 and 2. So Monique, whatever job is number 1, assign the company's name to it. And number 2, assign that company's name to it, or position's name. Let me ask my guys. Should Monique go with job number 1 or go with job number 2? Number 2. Number 2. They recommend number 2. Number 2 feels more fulfilling. Number 2 feels more satisfying. Number 2 just feels more positive, exciting. I say go with number 2. And you'll be calling me. They're saying that you'll call me, give me the updates on it later.
I look forward to hearing the update.
Yes.
Our next question is going to come from Melissa over on Facebook. They want to know, why is Brad pulling away?
Brad. Melissa and Brad. Why is Brad? I do see him pulling away. I'm just trying to find from my guides. Why is Brad pulling away? Is there someone else that Brad is seeing, talking to? Okay, so I know you're not going to like this answer, but I do feel like there is another female, fair skin, light skin hair, that he's entertaining, that he's being flirty with, that he has an interest with. That relationship's not going to work. It's not going to go anywhere. And because it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to work. I do feel that Brad will end up reaching back out to you. He could reach back out to you anytime between September, October, anytime between September, October. And even when he does reaches out to you, I just feel like he might just give you like a bunch of balonies, a bunch of BS crap. I wouldn't believe him. I wouldn't trust his commitments because there's a lack of long-term commitment with Brad. I feel like he can be good with his words, meaning like he's the kind of guy that just, talk and think he's really good with talking or charismatic when, again, I still sense this like huge BS. So don't believe whatever it is that he may tell you in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months ahead, because to me it just feels like BS.
Alexandria over on Facebook says, it's my birthday. I'm 22. Do you see new love for me soon?
So, Alexandra, happy birthday, 22. So young and so much to look forward to. Love when? Well, Alexandria, find love. Hold on. So don't shoot the messenger. When you say you're 22, my guides gave me your age at 24, which tells me that you will be in a more significant relationship by the time you're 24 or no later than 24. And again, don't shoot the messenger. I know how it feels like when you're asking for love. So I really feel like the lover partner that's meant to be with you more long term, he's not going to really show up until closer to 24. I see you in a solid relationship at 24 years old. Would you meet him before you turn 24? Yes. Yes, we'll meet him before you turn 24. Um, they're saying they're saying it's so important to kind of do anything and everything that pleases you now. Any hobbies, activities, anything. I feel like anything and everything. Like really get to know yourself and make a list of what it is that you want to see in your future partner. Because you might be surprised. You might be surprised how many of the criteria on your list he actually checks. And then let it go. Don't worry about it because you have a tendency to worry a little bit here and there, and or you also have a tendency to doubt, and or you also have a tendency to have this doubt where something good happens to you, and then automatically there's this instinct of, ooh, it's not going to last long, something bad's going to happen, or this can't be, or the idea that this is too good to be true, and or expecting, okay, what can show up that could potentially be a problem for me. So again, going back to the first few clients earlier, it's better not to expect bad things to happen. Um, Anytime that pops up, I would encourage you to expect good things to happen, positive things to happen, miracles to happen, blessings to happen. Because when you do that, then you're going to create it. You really are going to create more good things in your life, Alexandra. At 22, you still have a whole head, a whole lot. And when I say a whole lot, I mean a whole lot of fun, success, sure, challenges that will bring more experiences for you in a good, positive way. Job changes, relationship changes, all that's going to come up for you over the next coming several years ahead, Alexandria. But don't stress over love. The more you stress over love, the more you're just going to create more problems to stress about in the areas of love.
Our next question is going to come from Tara over on YouTube, wondering, does Sam still love me and is he going to come back to me?
Does Sam still love Kara? The relationship with Sam feels a bit tricky there. Meaning, he could say one thing and do the other. Meaning, gotta be honest, Sam's got a little bit of like this narcissistic type of energy, um, cockiness too, a little bit of arrogance as well. Even though overall I feel like Sam's an okay kind of guy. So will Sam try to get back with Kara? I don't get a strong yes with Sam trying to get back with Kara. So because he's not trying to get back with her, I can't say that he is in love with her. At one point, he may give you, Kara, the impression that he loves you, but I feel like he's more in love with himself, honestly, than he does anyone else. Yeah, so asking my guys is Sam, does he really care for Kara? I get no, selfish, selfish guy. So with that being said, Kara, I mean, when you're ready, because it's always got to be when you're ready, meaning you're able to let go, you're able to heal, you're able to take some time off for yourself, there will be there will be a new potential lover partner for you, but because there's a part of you that's still attached to him, I don't feel like this gentleman can come in until sometime later next year. Yeah.
Next one comes from Veronica over on Facebook, wondering when will my son Shane meet new friends?
Veronica's son. When will Veronica's son, and what's his name? Shane? When
Shane.
will Shane meet new friends? Hold on. It's gonna take him. It's gonna take him roughly like 3 to 4 months. I just get Shane being a bit shy, a bit insecure. I just feel like he needs to put himself a little more out there if he wants to change that timing. Um, there's a part of him too that feels awkward. Like he feels awkward on the inside. He doesn't feel like he really connects with other people. Deep down inside, he feels like he's a little different from others, and that makes it harder for him to connect with others. But again, that's really his own belief. That's his own fears that he's going to have to work through. And I feel like he will be working through that over the next coming, I want to say, several years ahead. But he could make he could make at least two more new friends within the next 4 months. He just got to put himself a little more out there. He just got to say hi. He just got to smile more. Just got to be more confident. It's really practicing that level of confidence within oneself. But I wouldn't worry about Shane, Veronica, because the more you worry about your son, you're not helping him either. I mean, I know it's hard to take being a mother myself, but if I were you, Veronica, I would just remind Shane that he's awesome. The right people will show up in his life. Don't feel the fear of it, because you feeling any type of fear, concerns, worries around it, it's not going to help Shane attract that wonderful, amazing, supportive friendship that he does deserve to have in his life. I will say, though, I do see him having an actual best friend that's a guy, that's a male energy. So he will end up having this, so-called male best friend in his life. But again, I would say, Shane just needs to work more on feeling more confident, feeling more trusting that the universe, trusting that life is going to bring him wonderful, awesome friendships and people, and just to be proud of who he is. Be proud of his so-called difference. Be proud of his so-called weirdness. I mean, just be proud of who he really is, and he's going to attract the right kind of friendship into his life. So I really wouldn't worry about him. By December, he'll make at least one or two new friends.
Our next question comes from Jennifer over on YouTube. They say, "Hi, do you see me in a safe home soon? I am facing eviction due to circumstances out of my control. Thank you, Suki."
Would Jennifer be a new Jennifer? I do feel that Jennifer will be okay. I do feel she will be taken care of somehow by the universe. My guides are just kind of giving me the energy of somewhere between October and November. So when will Jennifer feel stable in a new home environment? When? Hold on. I feel it could be October, in the month of October. Could even be before October 18th that she will feel that she is safe in a new home environment. Okay, so that's your mantra, that's your affirmation, that's your new belief, Jennifer. The feeling of I am safe. I am safe. That's got to be your belief. I just feel that you have this deep, deep belief since you were a kid, since you were a little girl that somehow life is not safe. I don't know what happened to you around 3 or 4 years old. Something happened. You may not consciously remember it, but something happened when you were around 3 or 4 years old where it caused you to feel that life is not safe. So you held on to the belief that life is not safe, hence the manifestation of not feeling safe, of not having the home that you want. So we want to encourage you, let go of the fear that you're not safe. Practice feeling, visualizing, seeing your guides, your angels, your deceased loved ones, your ancestors, um, watching over you, and really trying to imagine, trying to daydream, I am safe. I am safe in life, because that's what it is for you. You don't feel safe in life. And if you don't feel safe in life, you're going to manifest other experiences, whether it's a car accident, whether, shortage of money, whether it's your health. You're going to get, so we really want to get you to change that belief. I am safe. I am safe in life. I'm safe in my health. I'm safe in finances. I'm safe in my job. I'm safe in my bank account. I'm safe in all of my relationship. I'm so safe. I'm so safe. Divine source, creator, God, whatever loves me. I am safe. I'm going to be safe from here on out. The more that you can really feel the safetiness, the peace of it, the quicker and faster that you'll be able to change your scenario, your situations around, because you're really not meant to suffer. You're really not. You believe in suffering because of your past experiences of suffering, which is validate further your stronger belief in suffering, which would only create and manifest more problems, more suffering. But my guides are saying you really are not meant to be suffering in this lifetime. So don't believe anymore in suffering. Believe in the good things to come.
We'll take a quick moment, real quick, just to tell you guys about some of our upcoming events. Thank you so much if you tuned in. We still have a little under 25 minutes left, so keep submitting your questions. Send this to your friends. Tell them that they need to get in here and get their questions answered. And if you're having a good time, if you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that big red subscribe button. And you'll never miss these. We do these almost every single Monday. We'll be back next week on Labor Day with Psychic Marine. And then on the, I went the wrong way on the calendar. On the 13th, we will be here with Psychic Tegan. And then we have our Tarot Live with Psychic Reagan on September 30th or September 20th. That's really similar to this. You can go ahead and comment your question on the post, and then Psychic Reagan will pull a card for you and tell you a little bit about what it means. So follow us on social media. We do that on our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook, and you can get your questions answered. And if you don't get your question answered, or you do have some follow-up questions, give us a call, download our app, visit us online. Our psychics would love to talk to you. Suki would love to answer any follow-up questions that you have. But before you get your reading with Psychic Suki, join our Karma Rewards program. You'll get points that you can use to earn free readings. You can add all of your favorite psychics. You can add Psychic Suki to your psychic circle, and then you're going to get even more points when you get readings with them. And then once a month, we have our KR days, which you can get even more points on that day. So follow us, and you'll always see when our KR days are, and you'll never miss our live readings. You can always get your questions answered. Our next question is going to come from Vanessa over on Facebook, asking, "Hello, Psychic Suki. Can you please tell me what you see for me and Tom in the few months? Will he commit?"
Vanessa and Tom. So will Tom commit? Hold on. I get Tom resisting it. I get Tom not wanting to. Why does Tom not want to commit? He just feels like commitment is, what's the word? Commitment is like old news. Commitment is like overrated. I get Tom like not wanting the commitment. There's resistance to it. Too much responsibilities. Too much responsibilities when it comes to commitment with Tom. I will say too, Vanessa, there is a part of you that strongly, and naturally so, where you really do want Tom to commit. There's a part of you that feels like you need it. There's a part of you that feels slightly impatient and or annoyed with Tom. Slightly. I feel like overall you're quite a patient person. But my guides would recommend just let go of needing him to commit, and you might be surprised. He might have a change in attitude. He might have a change in wanting to commit. But the more that you're waiting, because there is a part of you that's somewhat waiting on Tom to want to commit, the more that you're just going to manifest waiting, just waiting on Tom to commit. So I'm going to be honest. Will Tom end up committing monogamously in this relationship with Vanessa? I want to put it this way, because nothing is ever set in stone. I want to say it's more like 40% chance of commitment, depending on what you do. If you can release, if you cannot need the commitment, that 40% chance of commitment would go up to 75% chance of commitment. But I'm not going to promise you that he's going to commit just because his energy, his intention, he's just so resistant against it. And the funny thing is, the more he resists, the more part of you want him to, and the more that you want him to, the more that he resists. So it's like you have to do the counterintuitive thing and just let it go and just be at peace and at ease. I know that's easier said than done. I get it, it's easier said than done. But if you can do that, then the chances of Tom committing from 40% will go up to 75%. It's like you just can't tie him down. Not that you want to tie him down, but he's the kind of guy that just doesn't want to be tied down. He does, and he wants to do things on his own term because he wants that freedom to just kind of do whenever, however he wants. And the more that he feels the pressure from you, even if you don't say anything with your words, but your energy, how you're deeply feeling inside, he will sense it, and it's just going to cause him to naturally not want to commit. So do your best to let go of needing it, then the chances will increase with Tom committing. Tom does like you. I do feel like Tom would like to stay in this relationship. Is Tom seeing anyone else? No, I don't feel like he's seeing anyone else. So he just doesn't want that level of so-called responsibilities when it comes to a committed relationship. Yeah, good luck with Tom. He's a bit he's a bit challenging there.
Our next question comes from Audrey over on Facebook. They say, I've been seeing dark gray/white feathers everywhere. What's the message?
So this is for Audrey. Dark gray, white feathers. Well, I mean, of course, there are deceased loved ones around her. I do get like a maternal, great-grandmother, maternal, other father, aunts, uncles, like other deceased loved ones with her too. It is her spirit guides. It is her angels. What's the message that they want to give to? She needs to believe more in herself. That's the message. Audrey needs to believe more in herself. Believing more in yourself means believing that you can have this, believing that you can have that, believing that your dreams can come true, your goals can come true, believing that life's got your back, believing the universe wants to give you everything that you want, believing that you're enough. It's really all about belief, Audrey. You just need to believe more that you can get what you want. You don't 100% believe in that. You doubt it is what they're giving me right now. And that won't be the last time that they give you symbols and signs. They're showing me butterflies as well. They're showing me lollipops, but the lollipops to me looks more like colors, like color lollipops, meaning if you see anything that looks like rainbows, whether there's an actual rainbow or whether there's rainbow colors anywhere on a t-shirt, on social media, anywhere, that's from them too as well. The reason why they're using so much colors and or rainbow colors is because they're saying you deserve to have a bright life because you are bright, sunshining type of person that deserves so much more. But if you don't believe that you deserve it, you're not going to allow yourself to receive it. You're not going to allow yourself to manifest it. And they're saying you've also been quite hard on yourself too lately, is what they're telling me right now. And they're trying to show you love and support and that you're not alone, because I feel like there are times when you feel like you are alone and you're so far from being alone. It would really freak you out if you realize how many of them are around you 24/7. You'd be begging for your privacy. And they are showing me a balloon right now. A balloon for me symbolically just means either recently within the last 2 weeks or within the next 2 months-ish, someone in the family living overseas, it's someone's either birthday, anniversary, graduation, baby shower, anything of celebratory events, celebratory situation, experiences. Again, recently, within the last 2 weeks or within the next 2 months, anyone's birthday, etc., living or deceased. So that's just one of her small way of validating that as well. And don't try to do too much, Audrey. They're saying take some time out for yourself. I feel like you try to do too much. You try to multitask. You try to be like this, superwoman at the same time, neglecting yourself and your well-being. Self-care is a theme here in this reading. Like for everyone out there who's watching this, you guys need to like take better care of yourself, your mental, your emotional, your physical. Like, come on now. If you're trying to take care of others, don't you think that you deserve to be taken care of too? If you really want to give to others, you got to be giving to yourself as well, because the more that your cup is full, overflowing, the more that you have so much to give and to share. And it's highly spiritual when you are taking care of yourself, when you're loving yourself, honoring yourself, appreciating yourself, being nice to yourself. It's highly spiritual, raises your frequency, raises your vibration. It means you're doing the right thing. It means you're on the right path. So yeah.
Next one comes from Kev over on YouTube. They say, "Hi, wondering if my twin flame Marina is going to talk to me soon, and how is she going to contact me?"
So will Marina talk to Kev soon? She's holding off on talking to Kev. It may be several weeks, like 3 to 4 weeks. So it may be 3 or 4 weeks before Marina talked to Kev. And of course, Kev, you're welcome to ask your angels to talk to Marina's angels and ask Marina to give you a call. And what will happen is that you will pop up in Marina's mind, but it would still be her free will to literally take the action of picking up the phone and calling you or not. But it's guaranteed that you will pop up in her mind several times that day. So I would just recommend asking your angel to talk to Marina's angel and asking Marina to give you a call. And then just send her love and well wishes and let it go. And you might be surprised you could actually call sooner than a 3 or 4 weeks timeline. Some of my guides are projecting right now. Marina just wants some space. Is what they kind of gave me too. Sorry, go ahead.
Our next question comes from Judy over on Facebook. They want to know, is Calvin the one for me?
Is Calvin the one for Judy? Calvin is one of many that can be the one for you, Judy. So yes, it can work out with Calvin, but he's not the only one in this entire universe that you could end up with in a lifelong relationship with. He's one of them, but not the only one. Can work out with Calvin if you wish. The thing is, you can't rush it with Calvin. You can't force it with Calvin. You just kind of have to go with the flow with Calvin here. You have to go with the flow with Calvin. You can't rush it, push it. You can't stress over it. You can't have anxiety over Calvin, or else it's not going to work out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our next question is going to come from Jaylee over on YouTube. They want to know, does Lonnie still want to be in a relationship?
Jaylee, Lonnie. Does Lonnie want to be in a relationship with Jaylee? Hold on. I see Lonnie walking away. Sorry. I see Lonnie walking away. He's going to drift away. Jaylee and Lonnie, will you guys end up staying in a relationship forevermore through the end of the year or through next year? I still see Lonnie eventually walking away. I don't feel like you guys, even if Lonnie walked away, would Lonnie come back? Maybe. It's not strong enough for me to say yes, though. I don't feel like Lonnie will stay long term. I see Lonnie walking away, basically meaning I feel like Lonnie will eventually walk out of your life, Jaylee. But my guides are saying, don't worry. I know it's easier said than done, but they're saying don't worry, because there will be someone else that will take his easily take his spot. Actually, easily take his spot. A much better man for you, Jaylee. And I feel like that guy, that gentleman, he could come in fairly soon too, like in a matter of months, once Lonnie, leaves the picture. So the good news is you're not going to be alone for that long.
Our next question comes from Ashley over on Facebook asking, will my finances get better?
Ashley, you believe too strongly in lack, Ashley. You believe too strongly in money is hard to come by. You believe too strongly, I got to work hard in order to get money. You believe too strongly that even if I do get money, it leaks, it goes away because there's unexpected expenses or bills. So you have a lot of beliefs around money that's not helping you manifest the financial abundance, financial gains that you're looking for. Um, you got to find some ways to let go of those beliefs. The best way to do that too is also through meditation. I would just recommend pulling up on YouTube meditation on clearing your chakras, clearing money beliefs. I would say one of the belief that my guides would encourage you to have is I have plenty of money. I have plenty. No, let's not use money, because even when I say money, your energy goes up. I'm like, oh, I don't have it. How can I say that? It'd be like a huge lie to me. So it's more of I have plenty. That's the that's the new belief, the affirmation, the new energy that we would encourage you is I have plenty, and really try to feel it. I have plenty of water. I have plenty of oxygen. I have plenty of vision. I have plenty of well-being. I have plenty of sunlight. I have plenty of love from families, friends. I have plenty of well-being. So just focus on having plenty. The more that you just focus on having plenty and feeling like you got more than enough, that energy of abundance is what's going to manifest more financial abundance dollars your way. So if you practice doing that and trying to really feel like you have plenty of, and staying away from the feeling of despair when it comes to money, not having enough money, which will only manifest more not having enough money, more of not having enough money. So if you can do that, they're making me feel like you could see an unexpected change in your finance somewhere between October, November, if you can do that. So really try not to feel like you don't have enough, because all that does is just manifest more experiences of not having enough money down the road for you. That just becomes like a unhealthy habit there. So I hope that helps. Just got to change your beliefs around money, Ashley.
Our next question is going to come from April over on YouTube. They say, can you tell me anything about my career? What should I be doing?
April. I do feel like there's going to be a change in April's career, but that change may not come in until next May. Actually, I feel like April has a lot of creativity within her. Receives a lot of creative ideas, and I feel like at some level she's also very artistic too. You're very artistic, April. And when I say artistic, I'm not saying that you're an artist. You know, you could be, but artistic, like artistic, creative abilities. Now, I will say my guides don't like to tell you what to do in terms of your career, just because they know you have unlimited choices. Let me ask them, when will you figure out that next career job? I'm still sensing more towards spring season of next year. I'm still sensing that you will know more definitively of what it is that you want to focus on in terms of your career, passion, long-term goal. It feels more like next year around the April-May timeframe for you, April. I'm just trying to ask my guys, like, what can you do now? Okay, try not to figure it out, because there's a part of you that is just trying to figure it out and you're getting frustrated with it, and that energy of frustration is just creating more frustration. It's not allowing the answers, the ideas, the synchronicities to come your way fast enough. So if I were you, I would just take a break. Just completely take a break from trying to figure it out, just at least for the next week. You're not going to miss out on any time. You're not going to waste any time. In fact, you would do yourself a lot more good. Just take a break. Just take a break from trying to figure it out. Take a break from responsibilities. And when I say responsibilities, I don't mean like don't go to your work or anything of that nature. I mean, just take a break from being too responsible, from overthinking anything, overanalyzing anything. And you might be surprised, something could come up by November. Feels like by November. You just gotta take a break from trying to figure out. Trying to figure out only manifests not being able to figure it out. So just give it up for at least 1 week is what my guys would recommend. But they're still telling me next year, April, May, something more solid in terms of career will be shown to you, and you will know it.
We have time for a couple more questions. If you haven't had a chance to get yours answered yet, drop it in the comments. And if you didn't get your question answered, or if you do have any follow-up questions, give Psychic Suki a call. She would love to chat with you. If you haven't had a reading before, we have this promo code that is flashing at the bottom of the screen. Live 5 is going to give you $5 added to certain new customer packages. And if you do have follow up questions or you want to get a reading with Psychic Suki, her psychic bio is actually linked in the video description. So you can just click through and learn more about her and click get a reading with her. But let's get back to the questions. We only have a couple more minutes left. Our next question is going to come from Lenny over on Facebook. They say, I'm single. Do you see when or how I might meet somebody?
Lenny. Hold on. So when will Lenny meet someone romantically? So for Lenny, my guides are giving me a range of time frame. Um, sure, Lenny could date, is kind of what my guides are giving me, within this next coming several months ahead. But someone more significant, substantial, feels more strongly, I want to say more strongly around March of next year, 2022, Lenny. They're making me feel like more strongly, someone more substantial, more significant. I want to say the first quarter of next year, 2022. It doesn't feel like it's going to happen in the next month or two. But again, I do feel like you would have opportunities to date. I do feel like there would be others that would be attracted to you, check you out, look at you, flirty. But someone more significant feels like more around March of 2022 for you, Lenny. She's close by, or the individual is close by, meaning I do feel like they're within your local area, vicinity, location, wherever you live. It's like local. It feels local to me. She may have trust issues that comes up here with her. So she might have a little bit of trust issues. She might have a little bit of insecurity issues. But overall, it can work out with her too as well. She may have an Aries sun sign trait. Doesn't necessarily mean her birthday is in the month of an Aries. But I do feel like she has an Aries sun sign trait. One of them that comes to mind right now is she could be very strong in voicing her opinion. And she can also have like a strong personality about her, strong energy, strong personality, strong communication about her too as well. Yeah, she's definitely I get like a strong individual here. But yeah, it's more next year for Lenny, the way it feels right now. Mm-hmm.
Our next question comes from Kale over on Facebook. They say, Hi, Suki. Where will I go to medical school if I get in? Do you see anything else career education wise? I'm super interested in going more in depth later, too.
So, Kale, medical school. Will Kale end up going to medical school? Yes, my guys are giving her thumbs up, giving Kale thumbs up for medical school. I feel like she might have a few options. I just feel like she may get a few offers or a few options that she could go to medical school. Where would she end up going? They're not telling me where she's going to end up going. I would do better if I had the names of the medical school, because then I could tune specifically into the energy of each medical school, see which one she would most likely attend. But I will say, I feel like she's got 3 or 4 options that she could go to. I feel like she will do it. I feel like she'll be successful. I feel like she'll complete it. I feel like she'll pass it. And what was the other question with Kale?
Do you see anything else career or education?
Well, with Kale, I feel like she's always a seeker of knowledge. I mean, I feel like Kale's always a seeker of knowledge, actually. Always looking for new information, new learning, ideas, growth. You may even become more interested in diving deeper into the so-called spiritual, new age, metaphysical realm no later than next year. No later than next year. It could even be happening now or soon to come. And your intuition is starting to grow a little more, and or you may start to see a little more synchronicities, and or you may even start to have a little more deja vu, and or you may even start to have a little more crazy intense dreams that may not necessarily make sense either. But that's all from your own higher self, your own soul, your own guides, your own angels, trying to get you to connect more with your higher self, with that spiritual side, so that they can help you and assist you in your life's path, in your life, really, in your life. And even when I say that, I do get to see some grandparents watching over Kale too as well. She'll be successful. You'll be fine. You'll be successful in whatever choice you take. Just don't doubt yourself. I just feel like you're going to doubt yourself along the ways. Just make sure you don't do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's been an hour, so that's all the time that we have for questions today. If you didn't get your question answered, or if you have any follow-up questions, give us a call, visit us online, download our app. Psychic Suki would love to answer any follow-up questions that you might have. And if you are ready to get your reading, go ahead and go to the video description. Her bio is already linked in there. If you really enjoyed this, if you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that big red subscribe button so you'll never miss out. We'll be back next Monday on Labor Day with Psychic Marin. Thank you so much, Suki, for joining us. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Likewise. You guys have an awesome week.
Have a great Monday.